Well, hey guys, today is still May 11th, Thursday. I'm going to kind of do a video about um, some of the things we do out here and how we operate. But I just want to give you guys a real quick view of this. You know, all I did was lightly apply my brakes and sunk and slid forward in the mud. Yeah, it's still muddy out here, but I'm running extreme mud terrains. This is absolutely nothing. I could handle this in street tires, but yeah, just a little look at the arc. I got a little work to do to it. I got some flaking going on the powder coating on the bumper, so I got to take the bumper off and clean the whole thing up and have it redone. But anyway, this is the arc. Sorry about that. This is my rig. This is my baby. But yeah, I got my tent here, and this is where I always park. This is where my tent is always at. Um, don't so much really think that need to be as anal as I was in the beginning of this habituation style of, I guess you can call it research. It's not research, it's a field of learning. And so that's what I'm out here doing. But always good to have a nice little rug down by the entrance to your tent so you don't track a bunch of crap in. And I'm up here real light this trip, but I got my coffee pot and I got my little cooler, a couple cans of food, and water jug and water bottles. But just some of the stuff, how we operate. Got my bibs and jacket, because when you're sitting out in the dark, even if it's 50 degrees outside, you get cold, so when we, just before dark, we always bib up, to get ready to sit for a while. And right here, I've got my ashtray on the table, but that serves more of a purpose than just an ashtray, because that green on there, that actually glows in the dark. And so I'll actually set that on my table over here, and it acts as a beacon, when it's pitch dark out here. That, got my little radio back there, Bluetooth speaker. Every evening before the sun goes down, I have Native American music that I play, and I got my coffee cup sitting there, and a couple of lighters. Just got my regular lighter, and then I've got my big orange lighter that's next to the blue lighter. That's actually a cigar lighter, a torch lighter, and I use that at night because when you flick a regular lighter, that blast of the flint sparking will literally take away your night vision. And so I use the torch lighter at night so I don't have that issue. And then I've got my emergency radio, which I usually sit out here and monitor the Forest Service so I can listen to what's going on. Especially as we're getting closer to fire season. It's good to know if there's any fires in the area so I know whether I need to diddy mow or not. And of course, the hand warmers, and I got my Bible. I like to sit and read that while I'm out here. And the forest people, they absolutely love it. Got my flashlight, but with the flashlights, we use red lenses. And once again, what that has to do with is our night vision. You turn on a white light, and it takes a while before you get your night vision back. And plus, they don't like the white lights, that they don't terribly mind the red lights. And got probably about a 7-year-old piece of newspaper in there that I'm finally taking out of my food crate. to light the fire. Of course, got the fire all ready to go for first thing in the morning. But, another tip or trick, if, you want to come sit out, and kind of do what we do. I went to Harbor Freight and I bought a moving blanket, and I fold the moving blanket up and I put it on the chair. And what that acts as is a good insulator, because that chair is just real thin. And if there's any breeze or any cool air or anything, it comes up underneath you into your back, and it just having that blanket on there assists in conduction, keeping your body heat in where it needs to be. And then I got my gloves, and no, that's not pot sitting there on the picking that. That's Unsnia. It's otherwise known as old man's beard and stuff like that. I make antibiotics out of that, and I'll talk about that here in just a minute. But, just kind of spin back around, and show you what I've been doing. So I got some firewood stocked up for, the next couple of mornings. We'll probably burn through that real easy, but not a big deal, because I got a whole mess load of fresh wood in here from that big oak tree that fell down. Been waiting since I first started coming in here in 2017. This last winter it finally fell down. But it's just figured I'd give you a little bit of the rundown of kind of the things that we do, what it is we do when we sit out. And give me just a minute. I'm going to take my seat here. Yeah, and the bugs are out. Give me a minute. Coffee. Sorry about the damn bugs. Sorry about the camera. I'm looking at the back side of it, so I don't know what I'm filming. But anyway, the Usnia, however you want to pronounce it. I collect it out of the pine trees up here, and it's really nice when a tree has fallen, because the really good stuff is higher than what I can reach. But we make antibiotics out of it, and it's a very powerful antibiotic, and it's the type of antibiotic that your system is not going to get used to. As far as if you constantly take penicillin and stuff like that, you build up a little bit of a resistance to it. But this Unsnia, you don't. And there's a little bit of a process to doing it, and my wife is usually is the one who makes it. But we take it and we snip it up, into small pieces, and put it in a jar and soak it with, you can use vodka if you want, but you need to use a consumption grade alcohol, not rubbing alcohol. But we use Everclear, because that's the strongest alcohol content we can get, and it just does a lot better job of absorbing everything out of the Unsnia that needs to be drawn out, the antibiotic. And so it's about a 4 to 6 week process to let that sit and cook for a while, and then once it's all done, it goes into sterile jars, and they got to be dark jars, like us old timers remember the medicine coming in the really dark bottles. There's a reason for that, but that's what we use. We have the real dark bottles that we store it in, and eyedropper bottles, Yeah. So anytime that you need a antibiotic for anything, I have it right there on hand. And these are the kind of things that, that people should know how to do. Because how much longer are we going to be able to get our medications? It's Hi, Kathy. Oh hell. For those of you who don't know, Kathy is Rob's wife, and she, bless her heart, such a sweetheart, love her to death. Uh, but she always gives me grief about smoking, and rightly so. I need to quit. Um, it just seems like when I'm ready to quit, Brenda isn't, or vice versa, and so we got to get on the same page at the same time to to be able to break this nasty habit. But there it is. So hi, Kathy. Keep up the good work. Keep on me. So now it's just sitting and waiting. I'll probably have the radio on here in about an hour. It's about 5:30, I believe. Hold on, 5 o'clock. Sorry, 5 o'clock. Sunset isn't until 7:30, so I got a little bit of time. So I may break up a little more firewood, or just sit here and read for a while and just soak in where I'm at. I'm so happy to be here. Yeah, I can't tell you enough how spiritual of a place this is for me. Yeah, out of all my areas that I go, this is my happy place. This is where I want to be. But enough of that. Um, yeah, we'll let you go. I'm gonna kind of pan around again so I can see what I'm doing for turning this thing off. But just figured I'd give you guys, a little how to do about how we operate out here when we're sitting in the dark and what we got going on. So uh, start to pan here a little bit. My cute little tent. One of these days I'll show you the inside of the tent, how I have that set up. I've got a little cassette toilet in there, and I got my little heater in there, and I got a cot and uh, nice thick pad on it, and 0 degree sleeping bag and my pillow. But that's enough of this. So I am going to bid my adieus. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch. Anybody ever has any questions, please feel free to ask. And I will try to get to them. But be good to each other, be good to yourselves, and please stay safe. Peace out.